Dr. Wallace, dropping in on you. Out running some errands, doing some honeydews. Been tied to the desk for most of the morning and afternoon. So I'm gonna get out, get some things done. In the meantime, I decided to drop in and talk to you about something we've been discussing for the last week or so, and that's the evolution and developments surrounding the quote-unquote impeachment of Donald Trump, what it means, what it doesn't mean, what is the significance to it. And I sum it up in one word, as passed on to me by one of my best friends and colleagues, Dr. Michael Blanchard. Irrelevant is the word. A bunch of empty movements that were calculated to be empty and intended to be empty by Democratic leaders, starting with Nancy Pelosi. We know this now because the latest developments on it, and that's why I'm here. I'm just here to keep you up to date on what's going on, so you can see that what I was telling you in the beginning had teeth, and I wasn't just talking for the sake of talking. I told you that the Democrats knew at the very best that they might get to file articles of impeachment based off of the evidence that they had in the House, but that's as far as it will go, because the Republican-held Senate was not going to actually vote to convict him no matter what the evidence said. And now we're getting evidence that they may have never intended on officially executing the articles of impeachment, and to officially execute based on constitutional law and what I've been able to dig up and what's been said. I've looked at a couple of different opinion editorials by some of the leading constitutional lawyers in the country. And basically, you can vote for impeachment and actually vote to impeach, draft the articles of impeachment, and still the president can actually be considered free of impeachment and not having been impeached if the articles are not delivered to the Senate. And from what I've learned, Nancy Pelosi has purposefully held back the delivering of the articles of impeachment because she was, quote unquote, under the impression that they were going to basically do a whitewashed trial in which everything was controlled by the White House, and that would guarantee that Donald Trump would not be removed from office. Well, in the withholding of the articles of impeachment, you risk the nullification of the impeachment in the House. In other words, until the documents have actually been delivered to the Senate, whether the Senate acts on them or not, the House impeachment is not yet true or valid, from what I understand. So that, and then when you couple that with the fact that Pelosi has been playing friends and toesies with Trump since the impeachment, inviting him and giving him a platform, the largest platform in the world. When you're speaking in front of the House of Representatives in the House, it's huge. When you speak in front of senators and congressmen in the House of Representatives, that's huge. And that's the platform that they've given him, and specifically from Nancy Pelosi. And so now, you know, it really looks like the entire thing was a sham of misleading, because you got to think about it. He got us during all of this impeachment process, when they were actually holding the hearings and everything. They also pushed through a $738 billion spending bill that gave him pretty much everything he wants. Turns around and hands him the platform to do his State of the Union address there in the House of Representatives. Passed through 9 nominated judges that were presented by the Republicans. So basically, he got everything he wanted, got his name bounced off the wall a couple of times. But when you are already a person that people don't like, you're not that popular, and you just want to do whatever it is you want to do and how you want to do it, being impeached but not really is no big deal. You know, if that's the way the game has to be played, it has to be played that way. And ultimately, it's business as usual, politics as usual. The game has been played. We've been had because we buy into all of the superficial banter that goes on and not really paying attention to how things work. We keep talking about this. I keep telling you, we need to learn how things work. They've played us, and they played us like a well-tuned Stradivarius. And so that is where I'm at right now. I just want you guys to kind of understand how things are being played, what's going on, what's not going on, so you can see just how things work. On that note, I'm gonna get off of here. By the time I get home and post this, it's probably gonna be somewhere around 4:30 maybe CST. But I just had to kind of drop this now while I'm moving around and share with you guys. It's so important. You know, I look at the things that we jump on, how we are so sensationally driven. If it's not something sensationalized, if it's not a celebrity involved, if it isn't gossip, we don't ride on it and go hard in the paint. We get more upset about something that a celebrity does than we do about what's really truly going to have a bearing on our future, on our well-being, on our ability to pass along a financial and economic legacy for our progeny and generations down the line. And that bothers me. It bothers me that we give way more attention to the things that don't matter than we do to the things that can literally make a difference. We've got to do better. We absolutely have to do better. It's amazing how misguided and misdirected we are, and that it doesn't seem that we're anywhere close to making a shift or making a change. With that being said, look, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm not gonna make this long, but hopefully I'll get a chance to check in with you guys a little bit later. You guys have a great day.